Okay, so I'm currently trying to figure out how I want to style this, because this was originally going to be my rehearsal dinner dress, but I think it's now going to be a bridal shower dress because I found a different dress I liked better, especially because the way this thing's set up, you're supposed to tie it like underneath your chest, but for me, my hips are way down here, so it makes me look like a little bit wider in the hips more than I'd like to be. So I'm currently trying to figure out like if this is a cute look, because up close I feel like it looks intentional, and then the back is like completely open, so trying to figure out, so you have one line here of your tie and then another one down here. Kind of complicated honestly, and I'm trying to figure out what looks best. And also, the model, I think, honestly had bigger boobs than I did, and somehow her chest looked a lot better and less out there. I don't know, I'm not used to showing this much, so I'm hoping I can either pull this in a little more so it's a little bit more covered, more appropriate, or maybe it's just not that bad. I don't know. But this is what I think I'm gonna wear. Okay, so it is now 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm currently heading over to Sam's house because we need to just talk about some house insurance things for the wedding. We need to figure out our ceremony music because we've kind of put that off because we're still kind of unsure of what we want to do, so we really just need to figure out our ceremony music since it's been up in the air for so long. It's kind of getting down to the last minute, and then of thank you notes I need to write for the last bridal shower because I've put that off for a little too long as well. We are going to one of the big wine stores in the area because they sell beer kegs, which we need to purchase for the wedding, and then we're going to Target because we have to get crates to put all of our decorations in because they have to collect it, and we have to have numbers on each item so it goes back in the assigned box. And I need to go through the budget one more time because I think we have like $600 left of kind of whatever money. So if there's enough left over, we are going to do like a little greenery ring installation over the dance floor, which is something I was really hoping we'd have money to do, but then we also have to consider what we think the weather's going to be, since it is a August wedding outside for that 30-minute time period, and so we were considering buying just like a bunch of cheap little fans so people, if they're getting hot, can fan themselves. So there's that left to do. There's quite a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me because honestly it is kind of loud driving on these bumpy roads, but it is what it is. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the rest of the day. Alright, so today I think it's official. Today is the day that I'm way in over my head and that I've lost my freaking mind. There's like 35-ish days to the wedding, and there's so much to be done and things that just keep popping up out of nowhere. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely grateful and happy that we're having this wedding and it's not a COVID wedding and so on and so forth. But that being said, a wedding is still stressful to plan regardless if it's during the whole COVID nonsense anyways. And having been engaged prior to COVID and going through all this during COVID and then coming out of it sort of out of COVID, I feel like at the end of the day I'm still kind of a COVID bride, and I don't really want to say that, but that's just how I feel. And so after having done and redone things so many times, I feel like I should be used to this. But no, there's so many things that are just last minute. I found out that we're having not like 50 dozen cookies, but potentially like 100, 150 dozen cookies that have to go somewhere, and the number just seems to keep increasing. And slowly things are just coming out like, hey, by the way, you don't have linens included for your rectangular tables. So we don't have linens for our head table. There's no linens for the dessert table. The gift/welcome table where people will sign the guest book and stuff like that. So things just keep coming out of nowhere, it seems. And we already bought the linens, but now if we have to add more tables, I don't have linens to cover all of those tables because we already set out where everybody was going to be and what kind of tables we were using. So it's just more curveballs, one after another after another. But it's gonna be fun. it's all gonna work out, and if things don't work out, it's gonna be the way it's gonna be. It's kind of how I'm feeling at this point in time. Okay, so we just got a bunch more stuff in for the wedding. One of the things being, since it is an August wedding, we got these fans for the guests. That way if they get really hot, they can just fan themselves. And then we also got our thank yous. It's kind of a variety pack, but they all have the same look to them. I'm trying to see if I can find them all. Here is one example. You might have already seen that one.
Are they gonna use this burn and pretty and sweet?
We haven't figured out how they're getting from there to there. It's kind of like
It's a hot mess.
What?
I thought I was recording this whole time. Joke's on me. Okay, so today is Thursday, and we are currently exactly 30 days out from our wedding, so the countdown's really beginning. These past couple days have been insanely busy. It's been a lot of running to Goodwill, running to the store, running to the, like, either Lowe's or Home Depot, trying to finish up the last of the lanterns, get some stain, needed to collect some signs, still figuring out the cookie table. So you probably saw the other day I was drawing out on our court the size of the table so I could figure out how much more stuff we needed, because with 2,400 cookies, which it could be more, it could be less, we'll find out day of, I guess, but that's a lot of cookies to put somewhere, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to pre-box some of them, because the Pittsburg cookie table tradition is that you make about 10 cookies per guest that is coming, and then they can either, well, they will eat some there more than likely, and then they take some home as well. And it's just a thank you from all of the women in the family for coming to the wedding, showing support for the family member, and then them showing support to the bride as well, and just being thankful for all the guests that are coming. I'm currently at our florist. We're going over our last minute details, changes before anything else, and then eventually if we have to reduce the number of tables, we'll tell them that 2 weeks out, and then we are done.